Sagittarius, welcome to Sabella Spirit. We are doing a general reading today, asking for clear, concise messages for the sign of Sagittarius, for their highest good and the highest good of all involved. We will take some oracle cards and then tarot as well. Clear, concise messages for the sign of Sagittarius, for the highest good and the highest good of all involved. What do they need to know right now? Okay, the Temple Path. Oh, that just came out in the Scorpio reading. This is a lot of cards here. I'm not going to take them. I'm just going to shuffle again, and if any of those come out again, then... Whoa! Holy crap. Okay. Yes, two of them came out. So those are the ones that were meant for you. And then cornucopia and the contract on the bottom. Interesting. So when I feel rather into this contract card, I'm seeing the balancing scales. Her eyes are covered. There's books on the table. And I sense this energy of perhaps this storm warning is telling us that either you've gone through something recently or you're about to go through something, or maybe this is happening divinely and you don't even realize there's some sort of soul contract within the Akashic records that you don't see is being balanced and cleared right now for your highest good. And if that doesn't resonate, perhaps there's this aspect of yourself that is coming or being urged to come into alignment here soon, because the Temple Path is, to me, a bit of a choice to enter into a soul contract with yourself, where you are committing to yourself this sort of healing journey, the exploration of the divine aspects of self. And so in our lives, we often live out of a place of patterning. And these patterns usually teach us lessons if we're willing to be open to them. And if we decide to sit in the temple of our divinity and call upon our spirit teams, or whatever it is you like to call your higher guidance, when we call on them and we surrender ourselves, we can kind of be led to this cornucopia of blessings. What I heard while I was looking at the storm warning card is, I always say humans, lots of times the divine will be like, here's this awesome thing I'm giving you. And then we're like, no, that's not for me. That couldn't possibly be for me. Why would that wonderful thing happen? And we're looking at this like magnificent thing, and we're not accepting it because we don't think we're worthy of that. And so the divine will keep kind of giving you nudges and urges and trying to guide you onto this path. And then as humans, we'll be like, oh, I'm going to ignore that completely obvious sign or symbol because maybe I don't connect to the divine that way and I don't understand their messaging or the symbology of the divine realms. And so we ignore it. And so then they get sort of like, okay, they're not listening. We're going to have to bring in the storm to make them recognize and integrate this lesson. And so that's the thing, right, about being a human, is often we will have this hardship come into our lives, and then on the other side of it, that's why there's that saying, the rainbow after the storm, because we often as humans need the storm in order to see the rainbow. And that's the natural duality within us all, the masculine, feminine, good, bad. It's pretty typical of a human existence to be on that path of not understanding the symbolic nature of the divine. And so maybe this is a time in your life where something recently happened, and this is bringing you into a place where you have some time to think to yourself, okay, so maybe something You've had some urgings recently to go within and decide, okay, what do I want? Do I want love, marriage, career? What do I need in my life? And then the divine's like, oh, here, this is what you need. This is what we want for you. You couldn't see it. And so then you get the storm, and then you have this time afterwards. It's a bit of like the hermit energy where you're like, okay, well, that really sucked. I don't want that to happen again. So what do I need to do? And by coming into that energy of you've gained a bit of perspective on your tower moment, you've ended a contract because you had a realization like, wow, I didn't realize that's why I kept welcoming the same pattern into my life. Now I get it. Now the scales are balancing. Now I have more knowledge. I'm going to take this blindfold off. And then the divine is like, boom, they got it. Now you get your gift. That's the energy I'm feeling. I'm going to check the camera again. Okay. Let's get some... Ooh. Okay, so totally. Out with the old, in with the new. That's the energy. That's the tower. So that lines up here with the storm warning. Your tower moment has come in. We're going out with the old and in with the new. What does the divine need to say to you to get you to understand this, right? So the 10 and the 6 here is equal to 16, and then that's 7. I feel like you have some luck coming in because of your perspective shift. And then we have the death card. Yeah, big time transformation energy. I feel this goes with the temple path because the acknowledgement of the ability, the acknowledgement of your ability to let go is surrendering onto the temple path. So a lot of our lessons, some main lessons that I've learned recently on the path is we typically will have tower moments when we're learning how to release control. We will have tower moments when we're learning how to surrender to what the divine wants for us. It's that feeling of let go and let God. And if you don't believe in God, that's totally fine. Let go and let universe, or however you want to call that higher power. But the ability to let go is the hardest thing we can do as a human being because we are physical, three-dimensional beings with all of these intense experiences and tower moments that make us feel like shit. And then we're supposed to be like, oh, but that was a gift from the divine and my blessing is coming in. No, it's kind of hard to do that. Your brain doesn't naturally work like that. We have to train it to work like that because we're born as these beautiful divine beings, so trusting and joyous and happy. And then life tells us, no, that's not what this is. You have to do this. You have to be that, blah, blah, blah. And then once we reach our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or maybe never, we realize, oh my God, I just lived my life out of the projections and expectations of somebody else. I don't even know who I am. And that energy of the death card and letting go is realizing we have some higher power who loves us, but we lost that along the way. And so we need to come back. We need to sign a new contract saying, I love myself just as much as you love me. And I'm going to commit my life to surrendering to your will for me. The letting go card says, releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, reparenting, retraining. I was talking about this a lot with Scorpio. And they had the temple path come up, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like I was channeling a message for someone like as if they were sitting right in front of me. So maybe if you have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, or a Scorpio, maybe that message is meant for you too. The Tower card here says, heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desires and spiritual truths. Yes, sirree. Okay, let's check out these cards. Okay, so we have 2 tens, 2 messengers. We have the 5 of abundance, 8 of abundance, which are pentacles. So 8 of abundance for me is always that apprentice sort of aspect of ourselves where, it's a real time of learning, taking everything you've learned, putting them into something physical. and really sort of honing your craft. And so you can become the master of your life. So whatever that is, it could be, like we were talking about integrating soul lessons, having some of a hermit energy so that you can come into the place of accepting abundance. Like to me, it's like releasing all of your burdens with the 10 of action. The 10 of wands is like you're doing too much and you're not investing your energy into the right things, because the divine is like, we see you working your butt off. We see you, investing into everybody but yourself. And now you have this tower moment, whether that's, okay, maybe it's you get sick, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. You're not taking enough time for yourself. So we're going to make you take time for yourself. So you have a minute to catch your breath so you can realize we are trying to give you this gift. We want you to have happiness. We want you to have the 10 of cups, and we believe you're deserving of that. But what are you doing to believe you're deserving of that? And how can you do that for yourself? Then we have the messenger of thought and the messenger of abundance. So we have a new topic or intellectual project is really exciting for you. There's so much to learn before you feel ready to move forward. So that's kind of, with this 8 of abundance or wands energy, is you're working on something. Maybe you're learning, maybe you've recently gone to school or started an apprenticeship of some sort. New information may require changes to your plans. So that could be your tower moment there. Will meet or are someone who loves to learn and share knowledge. This person is brilliant and truthful, but also blunt and not very diplomatic. Okay. So anytime we have like a messenger or a page, it could mean that someone is coming in with communication. It could mean that someone is coming into your life that sort of inspires you. With a messenger of abundance, wonderful news regarding your career, a new job, a promotion, or acceptance into an excellent school comes into your life. You might feel ready to do something that's challenging and fulfilling. This situation may involve someone who's fun to be around and sometimes mischievous. This person, who may be you, is youthful, optimistic, and clever. So yeah, you're coming into this energy of doing something for you. That's what I'm feeling, is to be proud of yourself and how far you've come, and letting go of something that's maybe holding you back or keeping you in stagnant energy, to welcome in something new, like letting go with the old and with the new. I think that you have your 10 of cups or your cornucopia coming in here, but you got to release these burdens. Okay, and with the 5 of abundance, they're also saying here on this card, there are times when everyone needs a hand. Your angels want you to know that you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Accept the help of those around you. The situation you're experiencing is temporary. This may not be the right time to become self-employed. Be patient. So they're saying keep working on those skills that you're building. You're in the apprenticeship mode right now. You're in the 8. You're in the 8 of Pentacles. So what that means is you're not quite there yet. You have to maybe lean on others. You need to seek out the guidance of someone else, whether that's a spiritual teacher or a leader of some sort in whatever area you're working in. And be okay asking for help. And understanding that you may not know everything you need to know right now, but it's okay to leave something that you do know is not serving you to come into the abundance energy. So we had the Empress fall out, so for sure it's coming into a time of self-recognition is what I'm hearing. And the 4 of Wands came out, so this to me is like, it could be a time of, okay, I'm not feeling the best right now, rather than, falling into the old patterns. I'm going to let go of maybe some of the coping mechanisms I used to have. And I'm going to call some trusted friends or family members, or maybe someone who I know makes me feel really good and I haven't seen for a long time. I'm going to call on them and take action on this, what I'm feeling right now. And so with the 5 of water, again, it's that energy of, in the traditional, it's like not seeing what is in front of you because you're too focused on what you've lost. And so rather than, okay, yes, this, I'm not, taking away from the fact that you're going through a hard time right now, but we can choose how we move forward. And so definitely if you're just letting your thoughts replay about what could have, should have been, then you're going to feel like crap. But if you surround yourself with people who are in the Empress energy, they're getting stuff done, they're bringing manifestations into their lives, they're exercising, making healthy choices, they maybe have quit drinking, all of these things, maybe you're not there yet, but if you surround yourself with the people and you cut negative things out of your life, and that includes what you're seeing on social media, take a social media break, don't watch the news. Like, these are all things that you have to commit to align yourself with the Ten of Cups, to align yourself with the cornucopia, because you're telling the divine, this is what I'll allow in my life, and this is what I am letting go of. When we see something's not working, it's like that saying, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. That's this energy. And you have a choice. Like, for whatever reason, you and Scorpio are the first ones I've done today, and you have a choice. You didn't have a choice as a child, but you have a choice now, and it's going to take work. I'm not saying, the healing path is easy, but you do have a choice, and it takes small actions every single day. Maybe you're used to sitting down and watching the news in the morning. Well, how does that really make you feel? Stop doing that. Instead watch a TED Talk. That's something I've been really committing to, is I watch a TED Talk about something I have interest in, whether it's spiritual growth, mental health support. There's so many wonderful things on YouTube. We can just really get into that empowered Empress energy. Okay, so the next one here, we have the Four of Water. And with this energy here, I'm not feeling anything that would have been a traditional, this is like boredom, stagnancy. I want to look at the Four of Water here as if you're welcoming in a surprise gift. You're really staring at that, what does she have? Like a bubble or something? And I get this energy. I made this drawing when I was probably 11 or 12. It was of like this little fairy, and she was holding a ball. And I wrote underneath, the future is in your hands. And that's the energy I'm getting here. We decide what we focus on. We decide. Period. We decide. Okay, we have another messenger coming in. So that's the Messenger of Pentacles coming in again. That is, that's some energy coming in here. So I'm getting the sense this could be a new person coming into your life. Now we have the Messenger of Water. Yeah, there's definitely like either new people coming into your life, or you're going to reach out to old friends who you remember really gave you that emotional, reciprocal energy of like, this is how I'm feeling. And they say, oh, wow, I hear you. And then they transmute that energy. The Two of Cups and the Six of Earth. So with the Two of Cups, again, it's that energy. I don't know if you're looking for love, or maybe you need to call in a soulmate relationship is what I'm feeling. Soulmates can be people, whether intimate or friendships or, siblings or parents. It's any type of relationship. It could be an animal. So you're calling that into your life because the divine knows you need that support right now. And it's okay to ask for help. And it's okay to be in that energy of, here's what I'm willing to accept. Here's my healthy boundaries. I need someone who's emotionally vulnerable so I can be emotionally vulnerable. They're not going to use it against me, like a true kindred spirit friend. Or maybe you can even say to the divine, like, I need help processing this emotional trauma or this event that's happened in my life. Please help me find the right counselor. Okay, and then we have the Six of Pentacles. So that's definitely this energy of giving or receiving help. Call that energy in and describe to the divine exactly what you need from that relationship. Like, I'm struggling with this. I need this person to be trustworthy and loyal and kind and empathetic. And I also need them to have boundaries too, where if I am unloading too much, then they will kindly direct me directly. Yeah, being direct is important as well, but they'll direct me to someone who can provide help outside of their scope, right? Because we want to have boundaries, but we also want to respect people's boundaries. And then on the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Wands. And so that is bringing in, something is coming in quick, something is coming in. It could be passionate. It could be this amazing surprise gift that's coming in for you, like with the Four of Water, the cornucopia. You're closing something out to welcome something else that's waiting for you, to put you into this Empress energy. It's like, I really feel like you're integrating all the lessons of your lifetime, and you finally feel worthy of this new passionate energy that's coming in towards you because you've been putting in the work. And, the divine loves rewarding that sort of a situation. Okay, thank you so much to our spirit teams. We are going to ask for an activation card to bring Sagittarius into this abundance energy. I'm hearing like the receiving energy. So maybe it's not always easy for you to receive help or ask for help, but they're urging you to let this be a time of allowing these passionate, kind people to come into your life. Clear, concise messages. What activation does Sagittarius need at this time? I can feel stickiness in the cards. It's like a couple cards want to come out and then they're not coming out. So bring out the cards that are meant for Sagittarius at this time in their life. Out with the old, in with the new. What activation? Oh, there we go. Divine Feminine. Interesting. Okay. And passion on the bottom. So I've been learning myself about the divine masculine and feminine lately because I've been living in the divine masculine for a really long time. And while, you know, you find great success with that, you can also put up some blockages. And so I feel with the divine feminine here, it's also the energy of kind of what's happening in the world is we have to shift from the masculine into the feminine. So you can see that shift happening in the world where we're paying more attention to our emotions. We're paying more attention to the changes that need to shift in the world, to being a place of like, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? And that's okay. And allowing men to come into their divine feminine as well. So it says the frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Okay, that is such a beautiful message because it sums up what I was saying about being receptive to what is coming in for you. Allowing, rather than being in the energy of, I have to make this happen, I have to fight hard for what I want, I have to, you know, essentially be the king or queen of wands in my own life, which is great. It's like a passionate, you know, fiery energy. And I feel you've had that for a long time. But now it's like, yeah, and I love that the heart chakra is under here. Now, taking all of that masculine energy where you've made shit happen, now you have to sit in the heart chakra and come into the feminine and allow all the gifts to come in. So it's like, okay, I've got myself this far, but now I need to surrender to the love of a higher power, to my intuition. I need to surrender to the gifts that are coming in for me and recognizing that they are for me and I do deserve this. Passion says the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core. We can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Yeah, totally. That's the tower moment, is really taking the lesson from this hard truth or this hard moment and seeing the perspective shift that can happen if we allow it and say, what is this teaching me versus why is this happening to me? And when you sit in the heart space and decide, you know, what do I want for my life? All of the messages that came up in the tarot aspect of this reading, I feel this is confirmation and validation. It's time for you to sit in the heart space and write down, what do you see for the next 3 years of your life? What are you bringing in the next 3 days? What changes can you make in the next 3 days? By the end of 3 weeks, who are you going to be? Because if we make these conscious efforts to choose different, to step onto the path of you know, the temple path, life can change in a blink of an eye. All right, thank you, Sagittarius.